Welcome to the interview. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. What about you?
I'm doing exceptionally well.
My name is Adam Karubai. I'm from Tanzania and I speak Swahili, Hindi, Gujarati, and English.
In which contexts did you learn each of those languages?
Okay, so English, schooling was since I started, we were taught how to speak, read, write in English. Swahili was also one of the subjects taught in English, but I would say how it strengthened was talking to people outside school with peers, neighbors, friends. Gujarati, so yeah, I'm ethnically Indian, so at home when we communicate in Gujarati. So I grew up at home like the verbal communication was in Gujarati. Hindi was through movies and TV shows and yeah.
Yeah.
And,
How do you think growing up ethnically South Asian in Tanzania affected your relationship with language?
honestly, like Tanzania, there's in a sense there's a lot of harmony whereby like it's very diverse and it's accepting. It welcomes a lot of cultures from different parts of the world. So it lets you freely express your outside identity or culture. In different settings, I was able to learn different languages strongly. Gujarati, I never learned it formally. Like I don't remember sitting down with my parents or elderly people in my family and learn how to like write or read. It was just I picked it up because everyone at home was communicating in Gujarati. Swahili learned in school, but then my verbal like how it became concrete, how I was able to strengthen my Swahili was just through constant speaking with people outside or even at home. So yeah.
And have you ever used Swahili or Gujarati or any other language besides English in like a professional setting?
Not really. In professional setting, the languages that I have had to use are Swahili and English. Gujarati was just to communicate at home, maybe in a certain like religious settings, whereby everyone around you is speaking Gujarati.
Did you ever use Swahili as your primary language of instruction in school?
No. Uh, since I started schooling, I remember especially after kindergarten, um, speaking Swahili in school was actually discouraged. It was taught as a subject, but it was, and English was more endorsed over Swahili. It was to an extent whereby speaking Swahili constantly at schools could get you in some kind of consequences.
What perceptions do you think that environment created with different languages?
That's a great question. To me, honestly, I feel like the attempts failed of because I could not resist myself. Being a class leader myself, I could not resist speaking Swahili even in school. So I feel like discouraging, creating an environment to discourage speaking of a certain language and by such as like punishing students was highly unsuccessful. How I'm thinking right now is you should have just let it be because people, it's not that every single student is just communicating in Swahili throughout. We do speak English in schools too. We communicate during a class time in a formal setting. We do communicate in English with teachers, with peers. If I, as a student, I'm comfortable in communicating in a certain language, I will still use it despite all the challenges because that's where I feel comfortable.
Do you have an idea of your parents' and family's impression of different languages and how they approached your upbringing with language?
Well, um, I would say confidently that English was associated with this whole idea of opportunity, smartness, intelligence, all that. But um, in my family, I was never discouraged to speak a certain language. Um, but just an overall perception, like if I was found speaking, like let's say, in a sense that if my parents realized that my English is bad, they would have reacted more towards it compared to if I was bad in any other languages compared to Swahili or Gujarati.
How do you feel that language relates to you and yourself and your sense of identity? Is it important? Does it matter?
I feel like it makes me adaptable to speak to people who speak other languages as well, because I can relate, because I speak multiple languages. It's kind of complicated, but I see myself doing that a lot, whereby like I try to understand them, try to be in their shoes, and try to like adjust myself to communicate easily with them.